Hello everybody, this is Jonathan, and today I'll be going through an application I have basically developed. I got help from a guy called, what is his name? Brocode, which is going through a course on how to create graphical user interfaces of Java, and he makes great videos, not just on Java, I think he does Python and C++ and any other programming languages that you guys might be interested in. Brocode is great at describing stuff and is generally a great programmer. So I would highly recommend you guys to check out his channel. He has 1.86 million subscribers and he's doing fantastically well. I love him so much. So this is how come I was able to create panels because of Brocode, and he is indeed a pro. Okay, so I'm going to open up back to my Visual Studio and I'm going to show you guys the application if I just make this one smaller. Now as you guys can see, over here I got this window. Over here shows up one panel, this shows up Google. Over there shows up another panel which shows up Bing. We've also got Yahoo, we also got DuckDuckGo. And you guys can change the size of the actual panel. You guys can change the width and you guys can change the height. For any of them really, you guys can change this one to be different width than this one or different height than this one. But it may not look nice because there might be like white spaces between them. For example, if Bing was bigger than DuckDuckGo, we will see like a white line or some white space in it. That doesn't look very nice in my honest opinion. So we need to make sure I fill up the entire screen and make sure that their sizes are the same. Over here, it does seem like a bit odd because they're not really basically the same size. But I did mess around with it and I did some experiments. Previously, what it was like, let me show you guys the actual image. So this is how it looked before. Everything was kind of the top, but now I have changed it so the content is now in the middle, in the center. And this makes it look a lot more professional and just looks better in general than having everything at the top. So I think that looks pretty nice. So I did some customizations, I did some modifications and tried to fix those bugs. And it seems like it's working fine. Let me go back. So yeah, this is basically what this code basically does. It just shows up like four parts of it. So over here is Google, over there is Bing, over there is Yahoo, over there is DuckDuckGo. I have finished writing DuckDuckGo because I was lazy. I just put down DuckGo. But yeah, this basically just shows up like four of the most popular web browsers that you guys are probably using right now, which is Google, which is one of the most popular ones. There's also Bing, which is other popular one by Microsoft, which I don't have the greatest relationship with Microsoft, but you know, there is Bing, which has been created by them. There's also Yahoo, which is not as popular as Google anymore. I don't think that much people uses Yahoo, but there's a couple of people that still use Yahoo, and it's their choice. You know, if they like using Yahoo, then why can't they use Yahoo? And there's also DuckDuckGo, which is more privacy focused web browser for people that want to have better privacy. But even though every website can track you, just having like a very nice web browser that doesn't collect any data from you is very nice. If you guys just don't want to, if you guys just search up for something that we don't want anyone to know about, then DuckDuckGo might be good for you. But I don't know what we'll be hiding. But Google seems to be one that I'm used to the most because I like Google a lot. It's very user friendly and it's just very easy to use. I don't like Bing. Bing is terrible. Yahoo is outdated. I'm not a big fan of Yahoo, and DuckDuckGo is. I do use it sometimes, but I mostly use Google to be honest. So yeah, I'm now going to describe the code around this application. Okay, let's go through the code right now. So over here is some imports. These are the libraries that I'm using. This is written in Java with JFrame, and I'm using JLabel. I'm using JLabel, JPanel. I also include like border, so I can add a border to it, which I'm not using this. Yeah, we also got border layout, we've got color, we've got font, we've got labels. So these are the some image icon which allows me to add images to the software. All these are just some libraries that I have included in the application. So over here is basically the main function, and with the main function, everything must run in here. Firstly, you guys can have like many other functions if you guys wanted to, but for one that's going to have to start for first, with the main function, because Java will look for the main function to begin with. If there's JLabel, which allows me to create a new label, I call this one label. Label.setText, so to the label, I have set that one to be Google. Pretty simple to understand. Over here is image icon. Icon is equal to new image icon is google.png. Basically, put down which directory your image is that you guys want to basically use. There's also icon 2, icon 3, and icon 4. It's basically the same sort of code. Allows you to select which image you want in any directory, but as it's in the same directory, all I just need to do is type down the name of the image. Over there I've got label.set icon, so I'm setting all of these labels to have the image added to it. And also over there is a label.set vertical alignment. I have everything for center and center. This allows you to change the being to the left as well. So for example, if I open up this, everything is in the center, but if the top one was at the top, then everything should be at the top. But sometimes you can have like things go to the right. So for example, if we chose right, then it should be at the top right. If we chose for it to go to left, then it should be on the top left. What you guys can also do is do the set horizontal alignment. So if I change this one to being on the left, it should technically display the content in the left, right? I think so, yeah. It should show up in the left. But it's quite a big miniature. It's quite hard to see. But this is how we'll be able to center things, put things to the left, put things to the right, how I'll be able to put the content in the top, and how to put the content at the bottom. So these allow it to assign where each of the label and the image will go on the actual panel. Over there is the send font. So what fonts do you want it to use, and what the font style is. So you guys can have like bold, and I think there's also other styles as well. You guys can possibly go for italic. And over here is the font size. So my font size I'm using is 25. Over there I've got JLabel, label 2, and just create a new label basically. That's how you guys be able to create a label. You just do like JLabel, then you just name the label, then you do equals to new JLabel. And then over here is Bing. I have assigned an icon to it, so I basically an image, and this does the same thing. Yahoo does the same thing, but for another panel. Yep, okay, cool. So over here now is the J panel. Green panel is equal to J panel. Then I've got over there green panel dot set background color green. So basically I've created a new panel, and this panel is green panel, and I've got over there set background, and the color is green. Over there I've got green panel, I've got set bounds, and this allows me to position where I want it to go. So this will allow you to change the width and the height, and you guys can also change the X and the Y coordinates. So these two are X and Y at the start. At the last two ones are the width and the height. If there is basically set layout. If you guys don't include this for some random reason, if I do F5, it shows up at the top. So, you know, if we want everything to be in the center, we need to include this. So make sure that you have this enabled. So this allows you to add like a border to it. Over there is J panel, we've got grey panel. So it's basically the same thing. We'll just assign like a color to it. You choose where you want it to be positioned, then we just change the width and the height. And over there is also the grey panel as well, which is set layout. Yeah, this does the same thing. We also got yellow panel, which does the same thing as green one, and the grey one, and so on. We also got pink panel, which is basically the same, but positioned differently, have a different color. Okay, if there is JFrame, and now we have created a frame for the window. Over there is frame.set default close operation, jframe.exit on close. So basically on default, if you click onto the X button, it will only hide the application, but if you add this code in, once you do actually press on the X code, then it should be able to exit from the application. I don't know why Java is like that, but it is. We also got frame.set layout equals to null. We also got frame. This allows us to set up frame size. If I get rid of that, I now press onto F5, it should now show up as a very small screen. But we guys should be able to change the actual size of the actual thingy. So I can change this one to being 9,950. I can now press onto F5. It kind of shows on a full screen, but I want to change it to being like 150 maybe, just to see what that does. I think that will just show up as smaller. Yeah. If I just change this one to being like 950, what does this one do? Okay. Let me just change this one to being 650. And now if I just change this one to being like maybe 850. Okay, it's going to close up. If I just change this one to being 750. Okay, that looks pretty nice. So by default, it should just show up all of the boxes like so. But it may need to be improved by going over here and just change this one to being like 670. And now everything should kind of just show up very nicely once you first start the application. So this does change the actual size of the frame of the window when you first launch it. What we do also have over there is frame.setVisible is true. What I want to do now is I'm going to do frame.resizable. Set resizable is false. So if I press onto F5, it won't let we'll resize it, right? Yeah, we can't resize it. I think this is quite nice for this application, because if people make it bigger, then obviously it's going to cause problems, because you'll just see white spaces all around the program. So having something like this is very nice, because then you can't really make it bigger or make it smaller. So actually fix the content in the application pretty nicely, and you can't really make it bigger, which would cause problems. So that's pretty nice. What we also have over there is frame.setVisible equals to true. That means that the application will be able to be seen once you first launch it. If you don't have that enabled, then the application won't load. We also added in green panel, add label. So so we are basically assigning the green panel to have the label. Same for grey label. We are assigning the grey label to have the label. Same for yellow and pink. What we also have there is frame.add green panel. So we're just adding for panels into the frame, into the windows, as you guys can see. And that's about it really. I hope that this code is very easy to read, and I think that my explanation is pretty clear to understand. But if it's not, then just say some ways I can improve in the comments. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this work I have done for this application. There'll be more videos on this, because I just want to kind of show you guys the progress on this over time. But yeah, if you guys like this video, please put a like, please subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.